Why are the British police under scrutiny over the disappearance of Nicola Bulley? Well, this is the 45-year-old who went missing on January the 27th. That's the poster. She was taking her dog for a walk along this river. Search operations and intense investigation are still ongoing. And on Wednesday, they said they believe Nicola is at high risk. And here's the statement that proved so controversial. They said, quote, "Sadly, it's clear from speaking to Paul and the family that Nicola had in the past suffered with some significant issues with alcohol, which were brought on by her ongoing struggles with the menopause, and that these struggles had resurfaced over recent months." Now, British media are reporting that the UK Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, has demanded an explanation from the police, citing serious concerns over the disclosure of those health details. Let's bring in Bianca, who's been looking at all of this. And of course, they can release details which help an investigation or protect the public, but people are wondering what these details have to do with that.
Exactly. There's been a lot of criticism from former members of the police. For example, the former Victims Commissioner Vera Baird called this an appalling disclosure and said that it was all kinds of sexist. And the main concerns are twofold. One is the fact that was this level of personal and intimate details actually necessary to release to the public? The other, even if it was, and it was pertinent to the investigation, then why release it 3 weeks after Nicola Bulley went missing if it was that important? Now, what we can understand from the statement that's been released by the family is that part of the reasoning for the release of these details may have been the fact that they said people were getting distracted trying to investigate Nicola and her partner's personal life, and the family also said that they wanted to put a stop to appalling people who might be trying to trade in and sell stories about her. So that could partially explain this divulging of personal details.
In terms of the mystery here, it's obviously captivated social media in the UK, if nothing else. It's certainly on a lot of the mainstream media as well. Just explain why there's so much mystery here. Where's the disconnect in the investigation?
So this case has gripped the entire United Kingdom and has been splashed over the front pages of British newspapers, and pretty soon after her disappearance was reported, there were internet sleuths, expert divers, police and media all descending on this very small village in northwest England. It's essentially on the coast, and that part is key because Nicola Bulley was last seen walking her dog, which was then later found without a harness near where they believe Nicola may have gone missing, and that was by the River Wear, which does ultimately lead into the sea via an estuary. But Nicola was last seen by 2 dog walkers. She dropped off her children at school earlier in the morning. We understand that she was making plans with friends and family, and mysteriously her phone was found still connected to a Teams meeting with her colleagues on a bench, and then no other sign of her. The police came under criticism because the area wasn't immediately cordoned off and treated as a crime scene, especially as more details are now being revealed that the police were aware of a so-called welfare check where medical staff had been sent to Nicola's home 17 days before she went missing. And now with these new details that we're receiving about her issues with alcohol and her struggles with the menopause, this case is just becoming more controversial in terms of how the police have handled it, how details are being communicated, and there is deep concern that it's all distracting from the main priority here, which is to find out what happened to Nicola Bulley. And so far there just seems to be no sign of that becoming any clearer, Max.
It does show